You mentioned you applied 20 to 30 jobs a day. So there were a lot of rejections, I would assume. How did you manage that?
My dad gave me 2 months of time that, okay, I will finance you for 2 months. After that, you choose to come back.
In today's time when technology is changing so rapidly, how do you keep up with that?
We kind of make a sessions, learn together, share the experience, share the knowledge. When we do invest in application-based R&D, as a new formula, the new concept, we build and design it here. We make that new technology working solution for us, and then we implement it to the customer.
So if you had a power to maybe change something in the automation world, what would that change be and how would it help on the shop floor?
Some industries say, oh, we have a women employees. They make it woo about it that, oh, we are doing kind of for the society. There is no need for doing it. It's not exception. It should be same for both of women and men. This equal rights for them. So in that case, I think the attitude should be changed. And when your attitude changes, the acceptance should be shown in action.
So you said women, they don't step up into automation world because they feel they have to manage a family and then managing a work where the time is not fixed. How did you manage your family, your work all together?
When there is a critical time, when they really need, you must be there. It's not about how much time you give it, it's about what quality time you give it. That's most important.
If you have to sum up your journey in one line that you live by, what would that be?
Don't draw boundaries, draw the blueprints.
Welcome to Industry Voice by Passion Minds, a podcast where we cover real stories, insights, and journeys of industry experts. Every transformation in manufacturing starts with someone who dares to reimagine how machines move, how teams collaborate, and how ideas scale. From building motion control solutions in UK to leading technology at Trio Motion Technology India, Dharni Joshi has spent over 2 decades driving robotics, motion control, and integration while championing what's possible for women on the shop floor. Today on Industry Voice, we talk about women in manufacturing. Dharni, thank you for being here and welcome to Industry Voice.
Thank you, Kritika. I thank for Passion Mind to give this opportunity first to speak up on the podcast, to reach to the younger generation. This is kind of encouraging to me.
So to start off, can you tell us a little bit about your journey and how you came into the motion and technology world?
Well, I have done my engineering from instrumentation control, and it was not kind of planned. It was my dad who asked me to join engineering college, and I said, okay. But then after finishing the college, I started or got my first job in B&R automation. Since then, it was like every time new challenges, new projects, new products. It was totally different. My family is not from engineering background. They are all from government jobs. So it was something that I had to kind of answer or find the answer by myself. It was never kind of hand or support from background. So yes, I started my career from there, 2002, I guess. Yes. After B&R, I was there as a trainee engineer first. After B&R, I joined the Tata Technologies, which is in the process in the automobile plant. Now, shifting from machine industry to process industry, that gave me the different kind of viewpoint in the automation. Because working on machine is different and working on the process is having a different challenges. So that was kind of a little bit shift. But again, it was young age, wanted to explore more. So, and also wanted to have international exposure. So then went to UK in 2005. It really took 2 months to find a new job because I just had a 2 years experience in India. And then looked for a job in UK. It was challenging, tough. But somehow, fortunately, I got it. I would say fortunate because I think I remember in a day I was applying 20 to 30 applications. But yes, of course, after that hard time, it was good that I got a job in the industry, the field job. That was Bergelar. At that time, it's a stepper motor company. Now they are in Schneider Motion. But again, getting through it, it was like very proud moment for me. I felt very good about it. Working with the OEMs in the UK, that has given different experience because the way they work and the way in India, where I was working with BNR or the other company, they was totally different. Okay, people were very punctual about timing. People were very methodical of taking any solutions. So yes, had to cope up with language. I had to cope up with the main weather because again the UK weather was total change, and of course the living style. So out of all these changes, still managing at the career point, really had to kind of work hard. But yes, I enjoyed doing it. Again, after 2.5 years, I felt like no, I want to kind of have a change, more challenging job. So again, I started looking and I found oil and gas industry for the Rockwell automation. There was complete shift from again machine to process, but more focusing on the safety. So that has again given the different angle of the automation where the safety matters first for any other things. So that way, it has gone very kind of, exciting journey on the career front. But after that, being in oil and gas for 2.5 years, I found that no, I can also do something in India. So then I came back and found job in Trio. Since then, I think I'm here in Trio from 2011. Now it's about 15 years, 15 long years, but I still enjoy. I still enjoy this working with this industry, working with this new technologies which is coming up. So never had a kind of regret or any time where I felt that no, this was not the work area where I not want to be. So yes, it was very good, an exciting time for me.
You mentioned you applied 20 to 30 jobs a day. So there were a lot of rejections, I would assume. How did you manage that?
Well, getting job was very much important for me.
Yeah.
My dad gave me 2 months of time that, okay, I will finance you for 2 months. After that, you choose to come back or you do whatever you want to do as in any other field
Yeah.
if you wanted to get into it. It was like, in my mind, I decided that I have to get the job in this industry because I came there only for that. It was not just to explore as in countryside. It was exploring more onto the industrial career side. So yes, applying for 20 to 30 jobs, and there was the case when I had people saying, "Oh, your CV looks very interesting." Possibly it was automated replies, but at that time I did not understand that this was automated, or maybe this is just a format they send to everybody.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh no, they are interested. Let me have a hope for it that this is gonna be kind of next door." I applied for water industry. I applied same all different type of industry where the automation was there. Using the word PLC, SCADA, HMI, all of the words, keywords. Staying there alone, of course. And there was a time in October when I went to UK. They have the daylight saving, where the sun sets at 3 o'clock in the evening, afternoon basically, and rises at 9 o'clock in the morning. So that was really, really, what's the word? Very depressive, I would say.
Yeah.
Being an Indian, we like to stay in the sun. And this is a very depressive atmosphere. In that time also, I kind of wanted to keep me motivated for this. I also started doing a course in Peterborough College for the PLC. Of course, I knew about PLC, but I thought, no, I have to keep on getting into the momentum with this cultural difference, how they teach here and how what I have learned in back in India. So there was a course which I started also. The same time it was getting, I think maybe I missed 2 months of duration, but after that I started from October. And yes, that kept me going in hoping that I would still continue with my same career, not letting it down. So that's how I did it.
So, during that time, facing so many rejections and the pressure from family that you have only 2 months, did you ever feel to give up?
I won't say no. I have many times because when you come home, there is nobody.
Yeah.
On television, maybe it's a BBC, CNBC, those things. Of course, at that time there was not Indian channels or those things were there, and the media was not so much into kind of focused. Basically, right now you get anything anywhere. At that time, media was not that in boom, as in multicultural dimensions. I remember there was only on Wednesday, they had on the radio, BBC Gujarati was coming. I'm a Gujarati.
Okay.
And BBC Gujarati 1 hour program was coming. And I was listening to it and was kind of, keeping myself entertained with that. But otherwise, there was no entertainment for me. I did not have any friends there, but I did not go there just to make friends or just to. I was very focused that what I want from this transition. And that was very clear in my mind. And my parents backed me up a lot. Every day I used to call and talk to my dad what I did today and what are the emails or what replies I got. Is there any interview lined up? Every time when there was an interview, had to take a train from there and then go to places. So it was kind of, exploring the country also, finding the better way, how to go by bus or train or because obviously the car was not an option. So public transport only the option.
Yeah.
Even traveling from my home or where I was renting a room, from there to my college, maybe it was about 3-4 kilometers. And I did actually walk there. I did not took a bus because I was like, okay, I have only this much of time, this much of money to spend, and I'm not going to waste in any of other things. So somehow kept myself busy with the new changes and stayed focused. Focus is the most important, what I think made me staying with the same career.
So, you had transitioned a lot of roles from automation to oil and gas industry and then back to automation. So, it is very difficult to get into automation to learn about the specifics about it. So, how did you manage that transition?
That question is interesting. But yes, I did it twice. When I was in India, as I said, BNR again was the OEM or the machine industries and went into Tata's, where they are in the automobile industries.
Yeah.
They both are totally kind of different way of working, but the base is the automation. Okay, base is logic. Okay, you need to use your logical brain to get the solution, and that's where I find it kind of myself very steady in even while interview also when the questions would be for oil and gas or even automobile. It was very easy for me because my base was on PLC.
Yeah.
And when I switched from machine industry to oil and gas, it was very clear for me that I do want to have a change. They did ask me, I think I do remember vaguely, did ask me that why do you want to shift from here to oil and gas? It's totally different industry and not many women or they like to go these type of industries or plants. And for me, as I said, I was always kind of enthusiastic to try new things. I said, no, I do want to go into this. I have a knowledge about automation, the PLCs, the logical aspect of getting the solutions. I will, uh, I will conquer this. Basically, that's what I told them, and I said, "Well, I'm best in my knowledge, what logical things I'm applying to. So I think I would be able to do it." And they liked possibly my confidence.
Yeah.
They thought that with this confidence, I would be able to do it. Even in oil and gas industry, I can share one of the experience, because there in Rockwell, everybody at the lead position, they would be about 30. And I was at 26. They had throughout the oil and gas industry experience, and they would go to the lead engineering position.
Yeah.
Now, internally, they had opened, because there was some resignation, so they opened lead position role. Another, that is opportunity. Why not try for it?
Yeah.
There, everybody was thinking that, no, she is very young. She doesn't have more of the experience. It was just 1 year of experience in oil and gas. But I did apply for it, and I got selected also. Again, that was not something just by luck.
Yeah.
It was definitely by throughout the year what I have performed. I never feared to take responsibilities, and I paid attention to every minor details, which was different than what I used to be doing. So it was like, if I know something and somebody comes and tell me that, no, this is not the way to do it, do this way, I wouldn't just upfront tell him that, no, this is the only way to do it. I would give thought to myself whether it is better way or not.
Yeah.
Should I adapt or not? So that adaptability has kind of made this shift, and people accepted when I wanted to shift it.
Yeah.
So that was something from my side I can see.
So a lot of people believe this myth that women can't thrive on shop floor. What is your opinion on it?
It was in the past,
Yeah.
but not anymore, I think, because there are many ladies who are coming in front. They are publicly or making the changes in the automation.
Yeah.
So I think in the past there was a case where definitely they were not, even the industry side, they were not ready for women employees. There were no proper washroom facilities, no travel safeties. And of course, acceptance on the shop floor was not there. When I went there on the shop floor, it was like everybody was first saying, why she is here?
Yeah.
There was a question. But of course, they knew that if I'm with the laptop bag, I'm here to work, right? I'm not here just to visit. So in that case, I think it was different in the past. But now I have not seen that things when I go on the shop floor, that people do kind of make a faces, or they kind of, make that you are special, you are different. Okay. They accept you as an engineer, I would say, instead of just any other woman. So the shop floor is now getting ready, I said.
Yeah.
Still there are challenges. Maybe in the town side or village side, they would be still lacking these facilities. They would be still tough on the traveling side. So you won't see that difference. But if you go into the metros or the cities like Pune, Bangalore, or Ahmedabad, they are all kind of getting equipped with this
Yeah.
type of facilities to give women a comfort on the shop floor.
So when you started, obviously there would be a lot of rejections as you are a woman in manufacturing. How did you deal with those problems?
Yeah, so there were a lot of kind of hesitation to talk to women engineers. Of course, I was training, so I was never kind of opening a word or asking questions at that time immediately. But they were kind of looking at this thing that being a woman, would she be able to understand? Would she be answering to our question? Or would she really know what we want out of these machines?
Yeah.
Slowly it has kind of taken them to accept me, because when I sit on the kind of my laptop and do the logic, do the logic in a ways which they wanted, not just by listening to their when they explain, because their language might be different than what we need to add it into the logic.
Yeah.
It's not always the same. So when they say turn on this lamp, there are different many other conditions. In which condition it should be turned on, for how long it should be turned on,
Yeah.
when should it be turned off. All of these are questions. And when you ask the right question to them, they start thinking that no, okay, she understands, she
Yeah.
follows what we want. So that is the methodical way of asking, or and I'm a good listener. So I let people to talk first. I understand what they wanted, and then I answer. So that way, I think it was for me. It has flown to the rhythm.
Your role has grown and evolved over here at Trio Motion Technology, from technical support to technical director and now director of technical and finance. How did each step teach you?
Each step taught me one thing. When you done mastery on one role, that means it's not over. It's going to be more. So it was like when I was technical support manager, I was going on machine, helping distributors, channel partners, even our engineers to write a logic, and developing the machine logic with them, troubleshooting, support, training them, given a lot of trainings to clients, engineers. And once that's all done, I could do it more efficiently,
Yeah.
and that freed my time up. So then it came up as technical director. So more onto the leadership role,
Yeah.
coming to kind of making it more kind of software templates, going to globally to understand the requirements and helping making the new solutions. So getting into that technical directorship role, it was only came when I kind of mastered the
Yeah.
manager role. So I think it becomes that efficiency is bringing the opportunity to me. Every time when you make efficient role, you get to the new thing. You get more work in the same amount of time you have to do it also. Technical directorship that has gone, that has stayed with me for 2 to 3 years, but then it came as a finance, which is the add-on to it, where with the technical solution, whether it's going to be more sustainable or profitable business of giving this solution, that is what has added with this role. So I find it every time different thing added into, but it has flown into the same pace. As soon as I kind of make more efficient,
Yeah.
it's in my work, I get something new to do it. So when I was a manager, I was a technical support manager, I learned about the customer's problem. When it is technical directorship, I made about the solution architecture. But now that it's a finance added to it, it is more onto the profitability
Yeah.
of that solution, whether it's a sustainable solution or not. That's what the aspect has given with this role.
So, moving from an individual role to a leadership role, it would require a different mindset. Your roles have changed, you have evolved. So, how did you manage that?
For me, I don't think it has given me a lot of changes because I'm still working with same people. I am still working with the same industry, same type of machines. So, of course, the industry is growing. There are new machines, there are faster machines. You get more accuracy, get more kind of speed related demands. Today, also, we get the new requirements, even it's a vertical form fill machine, which is done 10, 15 years ago. So, that keeps on asking different kind of questions or the demands from the industries. That gives us the more vision to see that what else we can do better
Yeah.
as a solution provider, and as how we can make it more reduced waste, how we can make it more efficient machines, and how our engineers' lives are easier on the machine. So I wouldn't like to go through the same struggle what I have gone through. My people should do it.
Yeah.
They should possibly have different challenges. So that's a mindset. What I kind of continue telling myself, learning every day, and making things better.
So when you go on shop floors now, you see a machine that maybe you have programmed 10 to 15 years back. What feeling do you have when you see that?
Interesting. But always good, always proud of it. That's one thing, okay, people don't say aloud, but I say that no to myself. I have done something good, that it is still running, people still use it, and it is still functioning. Okay. The whole idea of automation, when you see that making the things automated. Now, if the machine is still running with the same logic,
Yeah.
and then you realize, you remember those days when you are on site, you're trying to get the things working, things possibly was not working for a few days, and people think, what are you doing? What you working on? You're still not reaching to that. So those are the memories coming into the kind of mind. When we see, I have prepared a template, and it has name on it, like myself and Jeff Dixon, who was now he's retired, but he has been with Trio in 25 years, more than 25 years. I admire his way of thinking, taking the motion control, and I learned a lot from him. So we both sat in the hotel room and wrote a template together. And that template is everywhere. Even today, when I see people sending me the logic and that has got the same template, they use it.
Yeah.
I feel like, no, that's good, something we have done it, which is still usable condition. And it helps people
Yeah.
to kind of do more things on the shop floor than what we are kind of doing the past repetitive job. So, yeah, it gives me a proud feeling.
So you had said that engineering was not your choice when you were in college. And if you had a choice to choose a career option that you would want back then, what would that be?
Architect. I was actually in architecture college for 6 months, and I chose that because I was very good in design, drawing basically, and I loved that. It was so good. There was not much of theory part. You see, there was not much of, there was theory. It was not that all only drawing, but yes, the focused on the drawing, imagination. It was more kind of, going outside, doing your assignment. That was more to me as a fascinated career opportunity. So I actually chose architecture was my career option. But my dad decided that no, I am here, so you come here and stay with me with this college. So I said, okay. So that was just a shift, just because of the dad's choice. But I don't regret it. It's nice too.
During your days in the shop floor, you have to spend a lot of nights on the shop floor commissioning. How was that duration for you?
I never feared staying late on the site. I definitely made sure that somebody is there whom I can rely on and who is there to look after me if I need to, being a woman. But I never feared about late nights. I have stayed on site till 1 in the morning. I've stayed in office sometimes making a demo presentation or exhibition preparation till 2 in the morning. Even I have worked sometimes on the machine would be on the truck loaded already, and then we did the programming. So it was never a case that I have any fear on working late night. Yes, sometimes people had that hesitation that, oh, she's alone and it's not safe for in some places.
Yeah.
But I think my mom has always taught me that when you want to make your surroundings safer, just keep your ears open so that you know what's going outside in near to you, but don't keep on kind of lingering or
Yeah.
don't keep on looking everywhere. Just focus on your work. And I'm sure people would not come and trouble you if you don't look here and there. Stay focused. So that way, I think I never had any trouble. The fear factor was never there for the late nights. No.
So, when you were working in the shop floor, there were a lot of problems in terms of like the work, I would say. So, is there any moment that there was a problem that occurred and you had to solve it? So, how was that journey for you?
Oh, many times. We are on the shop floor, and many times you feel that there is a customer pressure.
Yeah.
You can see on customer's face that he's in the tension basically because he has a pressure of dispatch, and still the logic is not done. Now, it's not always the case that you are not able to do it, but there are sometimes a situation where I'll tell you the example. I was in one of the bag making machine. There, the machine was 9 axis, so it was very long machine. When we actually go into it, commissioning and testing, you need to look for every different station, what they are and how they are performing. Now, one of the operator, possibly he was not in good mood, so he removed the pressure line. And we completely looking at the logic oscilloscope and seeing that what is happening here. It is okay in the oscilloscope. Why it is not performing the machine? And you don't think that way that oh somebody might have pulled out the pressure line. And I think I took almost half an hour to just look into it why it is not happening. I just stood up from my table and I said, well, to my colleague, I don't know what is happening. It's just so frustrating that I don't know what is happening, how long it is going to take time. And then their manager came and they looked into the machine. They found that, oh, there is some. But it took almost half an hour, 1 hour for us to just focus on the logic only where there was no issues. And then when you know that there is no issue with the oscilloscope, but still it is not working, you try to keep on, changing the logic. And then you're actually making a mess there, and which I don't like it. So that is something frustrating time.
Yeah.
But yes, again, staying calm when such type of incident happens, people realizes being a calm is much better than shouting
Definitely.
or getting frustrated or showing your frustration.
So, when we speak about women in manufacturing, what are the top reasons, according to you, that is keeping them not entering into this field?
To me, I think there are two main reasons. One is obviously that facilities, what they get into the automation field or automation industry, it's the random hours. It's not fixed 9 to 6 job. You cannot accept that, oh, at 6 o'clock I'll close and I'll go home. It's never kind of that type of job. So you have to be ready. You have to be prepared from your mindset that you will have to put in extra hours to get the things done. Because when you are talking about, it's like, okay, I don't compare as in with the doctors, but when doctor is on the operation theater, on the table, when he is doing surgery, he can never say, oh, my time is up, I'm going out. When you're on machine, you still have to get that kind of mindset that you're on machine, you have to finish some testing, get to some stage, and then leave. So your time is not fixed. And there, women are sometimes, they block themselves. They say, I cannot do it because I cannot commit my time to my family.
Yeah, definitely.
And there, that is actually blocked. But I feel they should come out of that mindset. They should think more onto the positive side that it's automation. Think about it. If you can get automation is to getting the things done, okay? Whichever the way, whatever is available. So find a solution. That's what I think they should just open up, broaden their mindset. Don't block yourself. The other thing is the travel, which is again a random thing. There, I think on both the sides that industry and women both should work on. From industry perspective, of course, the travel safety must be there for women.
Yeah.
It's not only for women also, it's for every employees,
Yeah.
it should be there. But for women, I think from their perspective, it's not always the sophisticated and organized travel. I mean, if you think that Sunita Williams can stay 9 months away from home, which was not planned on the space, I'm sure we can find any problem solution on the earth. So try to find a solution by yourself. What suits you better? And come out of that package. The traveling, it's not going to be always pleasant journey. Okay. So don't be just mixed that, oh, it's not pleasant. That's the reason I don't want to come here. Because you're not going here just for traveling. It's here for the subject which you like, which is the automation industry, not the traveling. Traveling is something just a part of this job or part of this career. So that's the two things which I think people or women should just change their mindset.
Yeah.
And also the industry should be kind of make it ready or comfortable, giving them the comfort to accept these changes.
Yeah. So you said women, they don't step up into automation world because they feel they have to manage a family and then managing a work where the time is not fixed. How did you manage your family, your work all together?
I'm still managing. I'm trying to manage actually. Uh, I do agree and I respect every woman because they do a lot of responsibilities. Being a wife, being a mother, being a daughter, being daughter-in-law. I think they have different roles in whole everyday's lifestyle. Because I'm being in automation, I feel that everything which is repetitive has to be kind of automated.
Yeah.
But yes, of course, when there is a critical time, when they really need, you must be there. So there is no complaint, you know. When my kids, when I go home, I'm completely for them. I don't have my mobiles with me. And that is something they get the attention from me.
Yeah.
They see that no, when my mama is here, she is for me.
Yeah.
So they don't complain the whole day when I'm at the office. My parents, when I go to them, it's always, now my mom stays with me, but then when I used to go to them, I always made sure that their birthdays, their anniversaries, no matter where I am, I would travel. I would make a time to travel them. If they are sick, I would make a time to travel them. But rest of the time, I would be dedicatedly working. So that is something you have to balance both of it. It's not about how much time you give it, it's about what quality time you give it. That's most important. And as I said, when it's a quality time, they always remember and they can rely on you that when I will be in need, when I'll ask my mom or when I'll ask my wife, she would be there for me and no matter what happens. But the rest of the time, in the daily time, she doesn't have to be there all the time reachable. That's what I believe. And that's what I try to do it.
So you had to travel a lot. So how did your family take that? Because you would be gone for days, you would be working nights. How did they take up to that?
I think from my parents, they have motivated me to do this job, to do this career in this field. So they accepted me with this lifestyle that the time would not be fixed. I might ask them that to drop me at airport at 4 o'clock in the morning. I may reach at home at night 2 o'clock, and my dad would be coming to pick me up at the airport at 2 in the midday. So they were very flexible. But even after marriage, my husband, he is also in the same field. So he knew that automation industry is not that fixed timing job.
Yeah.
So it was not difficult for him to accept it. Of course, from in-laws perspective, it's a different thing because for them, I should be there at certain time. But now they are also seeing that no, when we need it,
Yeah.
she's there. She is looking after, she is managing home, whatever the requirement is. They don't feel that me being there or not, it affects so much of their life. Of course, the fun time,
Yeah.
festival time, you make a time, you go there, you do the you're supposed to be doing. So then
Yeah.
they would be feeling that no, our daughter-in-law is with us. So it's like everybody. This is something I have to automate myself.
Yeah.
I have to remind myself that what is the priority when it should be done, and it should be equal. It's never a case that no, I would be only with my kids or only with my
Yeah.
husband. It's with everybody. Everybody in the family gets equal attention whenever I'm there with them. So they stay all right with my job.
So you have worked across a lot of companies, a lot of teams, a lot of places, I would say. There would be a lot of moments or funny incidents or moments that you would be still remembering because it's so memorable. Could you share a few?
Yeah, there are at work. There are many times. A few I can just share the light on it. It's I was getting engaged next day,
Yeah.
and I was still on site just day before. We were in Chandigarh, and we were supposed to reach to Ahmedabad on Friday morning. We were still
Yeah.
in Chandigarh at Thursday night, and our machine was not over till even 9 o'clock. And we were like, oh, okay, I need to go tomorrow. I need to reach because it was my engagement time. And everybody at home was waiting for my call that when I'm leaving the site because they had only thing to wait.
Yeah.
Because they were doing all preparation.
Yeah.
I said, I'll come tomorrow morning. I don't know what time. So they said, okay. And then till 11 o'clock, we were on the machine. At 11, it was all done. We got the cab from Chandigarh to Delhi and then flight from Delhi to Ahmedabad. So this was all booked after 11 o'clock because the machine was not over till that time. So we did not know. All these things, traveling from Chandigarh to Delhi at night was little scary. Scary in terms, it's not because, it's the road journey.
Yeah.
And anything could happen. So I was little, and next day it was like, crucial about timing.
Yeah.
So everybody is like waiting, is she coming or not? Is she coming? My fiance at that time, he was thinking, is she really going to come or I'm going to just have a book to the another date? But no, it was funny. We made to Delhi airport. And that was also very interesting, that driver. Throughout the journey, he kept on playing the Punjabi songs, which I could not get a word. As soon as we entered into the Delhi airport and he started Hindi songs, it's like, why could you not do that before? It was like, we could have at least had some relaxed time where a Punjabi song was not giving me relaxation. So there was something that you get these things when you kind of go out and explore new things. But yeah, people were kind of very anxious whether with my timings are going to meet with their timing or not.
So, in today's time when technology is changing so rapidly, how do you keep up with that?
Yeah, technology is getting changed so drastically. I think we build the continuous learning culture.
Yeah.
It's not only me who would be kind of learning, but we kind of make a sessions, learn together, share the experience, share the knowledge, what new things they have seen, what they apply into their daily things. So that's how we kind of discuss as in team.
Yeah.
With the customers, it's like we don't have to have the product-based solution. We always think backwards. What is the throughput needed? What is the problem which customer is facing right now? And based on that, what product we should find? What new technology, from the new technology. So it's not that the portfolio, what you have available, that's what you're going to present and that's what it is. Sometimes it's possible that the throughput, what you would need, it is not possible with the existing products, then get the new features done in the motion controller, in the new products. So the technology, when you keep on exploring, when you keep on asking the questions that what new things would help us to get the solution, that's how we kind of do. I learned basically the new technologies. And we do invest in the R&D for the application-based R&D. We don't kind of just do R&D on the customer's machine. As a new formula, the new concept, we build and design it here. We make that new technology working solution for us, and then we implement it to the customer. So that's the way you get it to learn more new technologies.
So, if you have to sum up your journey in one line that you live by, what would that be?
Well, I think don't draw boundaries, draw the blueprints. That's my motto, and I follow that. I have not made any boundaries for myself that, okay, I can do only these things or I have this much area to work for. I would not get into that stereotype thinking that this is the only solution. There is a possibility, different ways of solution. Sometimes it's a simple solution, which is possible. But you keep on, because you just make a boundary, this is what is available for you, and that's why you just giving the solution. That thinking is not there. And as an engineer, I had another thing, which is very important, I feel. I never make excuse. If I'm failed, I'm failed. But that has given me the experience. So I have learned something from that failure or something which is not working.
Yeah.
But giving the excuse, it's not my way to take it forward. So excuse is something which is never the case for myself. So that is something I feel that very important and crucial to get the things working as in solution.
So, what is the one daily habit that you practice every day and that keeps you motivated?
There are plenty of things which is not daily I'm doing it,
Yeah.
but there is one thing I do every day. I ask myself a question, what did I do good today to make something better?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like only the machine. It may be some process, some way of working,
Yeah.
somebody's life where they did not know some, maybe even opening the bank account, they may not be doing the way or they don't know the process.
Yeah.
I always ask my question that, what did you do today to make something better?
Yeah.
Something, somebody's life better. And that is, it's not just the one day, it's every day.
Yeah.
When I came from UK to here, to with the vision that I would contribute something to industry, the OEM industry
Yeah.
basically, I always felt that there has to be something changed. There has to be something automated, which helps people to do their time, do other things,
Yeah.
which they can give a time. Because we have only 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
And for the work, it's only 10 hours. Within that 10 hours, you have to kind of get all these new things also learn, implement, and make things better. So asking question myself every day, have I done something good?
Yeah.
And if I've not done it, I should do it next day. But it has to be done. That's my daily habit.
So, you said that you wanted to implement the changes when you came back from UK to India. Was implementing those changes easy for you?
No. Automation industry is never going to be like that easy to accept the changes. When we came first time, when we started going to the customers, OEMs here, their machines were kind of, normal speed was 40.
Yeah.
We wanted them to getting more to the 80 speed, which was double than that. And they said, I'm happy with this.
Yeah.
I don't want to change the product. It was never easy. But I had that vision. And of course, Upendra sir, with whom I'm working right now, we both had the same vision that no, we can do better.
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many good machines out and the globally available. Why we don't have it here in India? So there was like broadening the vision and supporting that vision, which he has always done. That was never easy to get people's change.
Yeah.
That, oh, why you pay little more compared to PLC? Because you're getting more.
Yeah.
But that has, I think now that has picked up the speed, and it is on roll. Now people understand the change was necessity. It's not that we keep on making the mechanical machines, has to be the automation.
So, during the time when you had to implement those changes, what were the major challenges or problems that you faced during your time?
Challenges is acceptance first, because you, as in, we have some mindset that we want to implement these changes, and customer perspective, they have some traditional way of implementing it. So making them understand that why we are taking this route, it was not easy. I would tell you, one of our customer, he told us that, okay, I have this way of working, I have this Excel sheet, and you program in that way.
Yeah.
But we know from our back of experience that no, it has to have the CAM fundamentals. We can't use the Excel sheet. We have to have our own logic developed. But the customer was little tough. It's big also. So we said, no, I don't want, if you cannot do in my way, I don't want to do it. So I said, okay. So I did implement it in his way. But parallelly again, I implemented the way what we think is the right and longer way.
Yeah.
Because I knew while testing, when we see the problems here, like testing on machine,
Yeah.
there will be possible ways that we will have to change it. So in his logic, there was no problem. Conceptually, it was all okay. But we were possibly setting 15 parameters, whereas in our standard logic, we would possibly set 2 parameters. So compared with 15 to 2, to explain him, that was difficult. And for that, to explain and accept it, it took time. Now for that, again, we think making 2 different logic, testing it, and showing which is better, it is all time. To commit to that time is also challenging from the management perspective. Why you are taking so long? So you have to balance both the sides, from the customer perspective and from the management perspective. So this is something difficult. But when you want change and the change is for the good, you must stick to your own decision. And that's what I have kind of find myself being very firm on what, and knowing about it, that this is going to be better in the long run. Let's make him happy, implement his way, make him feeling that no, we'll listen to him so that we can continue in this game, and then show him the benefits of our standard solution. So it has taken a little bit time, but then yes, that is the way to go.
So, if you had a power to maybe change something in the automation world, what would that change be and how would it help on the shop floor?
I think changing is the attitude and acceptance.
Yeah.
I think they both are interlinked. Attitude towards women on shop floor, that has to be changed.
Yeah.
Because now they are equally getting the same type of education, same type of feedback, upbringing. I don't see there is a difference in the boy versus girl's upbringing. Now they are same, right? Possibly in the old days, there were some differences, which we just heard the stories about it. I never seen it. Like girls were less important, or they were not supposed to be sent to school, but boy would be. These are just the stories which I have heard.
Yeah.
But yes, it was there, I think, in India. Now it's not the case. And girls are doing very good academically. And I feel that when they both are same, it's like minded people, I think they should get more acceptance on the shop floor. It is always, they have a different perspective being a woman. They bring different mindset on the shop floor. And of course, when you see a company with only men and with the women men, you see the difference as in culture, the way they behave, the way the whole atmosphere gets changed.
Yeah.
Of course, little colors also.
Yeah.
But this is something industry also should know, that it is not, they are not kind of, sometimes some industries say, oh, we have a women employees. They make it woo about it that, oh, we are doing kind of for the society. There is no need for doing it. It's not exception. It should be same for both of women and men. This equal rights for them. So in that case, I think the attitude should be changed. And when your attitude changes, the acceptance should be shown in action. So it's not just, okay, we have hired some women employees, but it should be also giving them rights. I see that majority time women are kind of, they're getting penalty, I would say, on their career break. When they go through, for example, pregnancy or after that they find very difficult or very hard to get back into the same role, same position. This should not happen.
Yeah.
Okay. They should be accepted as they were earlier.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. I have been lucky, and I think I could continue throughout my pregnancy time or my time. I still can continue managing kids and managing job, but not everybody gets that opportunity. So I feel that industry also should be accommodating to their women's comfortness, basically, because their role are different. Men can leave home without making a breakfast.
Yeah.
They can eat it outside, no problem. But women cannot do that because they think that, no, it's my responsibility to feed my family. That's first thing. It is changing. I think it's still in the metro cities has possibly completely changed. But majority, I still feel it's the same. Okay. So it is changing, but it has not completely come into that equal responsibilities. So that's where the actions should be taken to show the acceptance of this attitude.
So if you had to give one message to anyone who is entering the automation world, what would that be?
Yeah, I would say be brave, be bold, confident, and perform.
Yeah.
Think only the talent speaks about your performance. You don't have to kind of make a differentiation between genders. Stand out with your performance and you would shine.
What is the one message that you would want to give to our viewers who are listening to you?
Well, to viewers, I think is I have experience good in my career. I'm sure everyone else can do. Just be focused on your career, and that would help you throughout the journey.
Thank you so much, Dharni. Your journey, your stories are really inspiring. And personally, seeing a woman in the automation world doing so good for herself is really brave.
Thank you so much, Kritika. Thank you.
Thank you.